A soft, pastel-colored illustration of a cozy living room. A golden retriever is sitting perfectly still, its eyes fixed intensely on a human holding a slice of pizza. The background music is a gentle, lo-fi acoustic guitar track. When your dog stares at you while you eat, do you actually know what they're trying to say? Most of us assume the answer is simple. We look down into those wide, unblinking eyes and we see a single word: hunger. We feel a twinge of guilt, maybe a bit of annoyance, or that familiar pressure to share just a tiny bite of our crust. We think they're judging our speed, calculating the trajectory of a potential crumb, or simply being greedy. But what if I told you that those intense, soul-piercing eyes have almost nothing to do with your sandwich, and everything to do with how much your dog trusts you? What if that stare isn't a demand for food, but a profound secret message about your dog's mental health and their place in your pack? Today, we're going to decode the silent language of the dinnertime gaze. The illustration shifts to a hand-drawn diagram of a dog's brain with a small food icon glowing. It then fades to a heart icon. In the world of animal behavior, we often fall into the trap of anthropomorphism, assigning human traits to our pets. When a human stares at your plate, it's rude. It's a demand. But dogs don't have a concept of table manners. To a dog, your mealtime is the most significant social event of the day. For thousands of years, the act of eating wasn't just about calories. It was about safety. In the wild, a pack is most vulnerable when they are distracted by eating. If you are calm enough to eat, it sends a biological signal to your dog that the environment is secure. When they stare at you, they aren't just looking at the food. They are performing what psychologists call social mirroring. They are watching your facial muscles, your breathing, and your posture. They are asking, is the leader relaxed? Is our home safe? What is our next move? Narrator, scene. An illustration shows a wolf with sharp, intense eyes, transitioning into a modern dog with softer, more expressive brows. To truly understand this stare, we have to look at the unique anatomy of the dog. There is a specific muscle in most domestic dogs called the levator anguli oculi medialis. This muscle doesn't exist in wolves. Its only purpose? To allow dogs to raise their inner eyebrows, making their eyes look larger, sadder, and more human-like. Scientific studies have shown that when a dog uses this muscle while staring at a human, it triggers an immediate nurturing response in our brains. But here's the fascinating part. Dogs don't just do this for food. They do it to initiate a positive feedback loop of oxytocin. When your dog stares at you and you look back into their eyes, both of your brains release oxytocin, the cuddle hormone. It's the same chemical bond that forms between a mother and her newborn baby. The illustration shows a glowing line connecting the dog's eyes to the owner's eyes. This gaze is a biological bridge. While you think they're staring at your pizza, they are actually using that moment of proximity to sync their emotional state with yours. They are literally drinking you in to feel closer to you. A split screen showing 3 different dog expressions. As a dog owner, it's important to distinguish how they are staring because the secret message changes based on the subtle cues of their face. 1. The soft gaze with slow blinks. If your dog is staring but their eyes seem dreamy or they blink slowly, this is the ultimate compliment. In the animal kingdom, eye contact is usually a threat. By looking at you with soft eyes, they are saying, I am so comfortable in your presence that I don't feel the need to be on guard. 2. The hard stare with rigid posture. If the stare is accompanied by a stiff tail and a furrowed brow, this is about the resource. This is more common in dogs with resource guarding tendencies. Here the message is, I am hyper-focused on that object. This is the only version of the stare that lacks that deep emotional connection. 3. The head tilt stare. If they tilt their head while you're eating or talking, they are trying to better align their ears to the sounds you are making. They are searching for reward words or emotional shifts in your voice. They are trying to predict your happiness. The owner finally gives the dog a gentle pat on the head, but no food. The dog looks content. Feel guilt during this stare. You might think, am I starving them? Do they think I'm mean for not sharing? As an animal behaviorist, I want to reassure you, your dog is not judging you. In fact, the fact that your dog feels comfortable enough to sit near you and stare intently is a sign of a high-functioning, healthy bond. A fearful or anxious dog will often look away or hide while a human eats. A dog that stares is a dog that feels they belong. They aren't begging because they are hungry. They are participating because they are a member of your family. To them, the hunt, which you successfully completed by bringing food to the table, is over, and now comes the bonding. They want to be in the aura of your success. Narrator. Scene. The illustration zooms in on the dog's eyes, which now reflect a small image of the owner. So the next time you sit down for a meal and feel those two burning orbs watching your every move, don't feel guilty and don't feel annoyed. Understand that your dog is sending you a secret message. They aren't saying, "Give me that." They are saying, "You are my focal point. You are the provider of safety. When you are happy and fed, I am happy and safe. I am watching you because you are the most interesting, important thing in my world. Your meal is just the excuse. Your presence is the prize." Scene. The dog rests its head on the owner's foot as the owner finishes eating. The screen fades to a soft blue. Narrator. If your dog stares at you while you eat, don't just see a beggar. See a best friend who is checking in on the soul of their pack. Give them a soft word, a quick pat, and know that you are doing a great job. Because in their eyes, you aren't just someone with a plate of food. You are their entire world.